From the University of North Dakota, this is Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.
Hello and welcome to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy. Well, the Sioux were within inches of a sweep of Minnesota Duluth. More than once, actually. But they settled for a split with the Dogs before a couple of sellout crowds at the Ralph. As always, we have a great show for you. After steel rods, pins, and plenty of pain, Derek LaPoint made it back and is finishing out his career at UND. The senior defenseman is the subject of our player profile. 21 goals in 4 years, big deal. That was more than his goal scoring that made him a captain and two-time national champion. Coaches call it intangibles. We'll have a feature on Peter Armbrust. Stick around, Coach Dave Hakstol will talk about the Minnesota Duluth series, but before we talk to the coach, we have a question for you. Bill Sullivan has the UND record for most goals in a game. Which team did he score 8 goals against? The answer and more when we come back. You're watching Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.
Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey is sponsored by Verizon, the University of North Dakota, Shields, Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Voller Insurance, and Dahlstrom Motors.
The University of North Dakota women's basketball team hosts the Catamounts of Vermont, November 15th at the Betty Engelstad Sioux Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Get your tickets today.
I am North Dakota.
We have 20,000 square foot commercial space on 2nd Street.
Rule the tweet. Rule the bedtime. Rule the upload. Verizon built America's most reliable network to make a more powerful you. Rule the air. Verizon. Right now, you can get a great new data package so you can email and browse the internet for $15 a month, only at Verizon.
I am North Dakota. We are North Dakota. We are North Dakota.
Fighting Sioux basketball season tickets are on sale now. Call 877-91-SIOUX.
It's a place to diddly pop shop, put shopping into overdrive. A great place to wine and dine, make a taste for jump and jive. Yeah, it's great Forks, a great destination. Great Forks, they don't call it grand for nothing. Stop, hop, shopped up into Great Forks. It's simply grand.
Before the break, we asked you, what team did Bill Sullivan score his record-setting 8 goals against? The answer came against NDSU way back in 1948. The Sioux won the game 17-8. After shellacking like that, any wonder why they don't want a hockey program down there right now?
Bill Sullivan ended it all back then.
Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey with head coach Dave Hakstol, Tim Hennessy. After the Minnesota Duluth Bulldogs came to town, and you know, one thing we should set right away is that's a pretty good hockey team, still ranked number 2 in the country, and a veteran team not unlike yours. So you knew you were in for a battle right from the start.
Yeah, it was good hockey throughout the weekend. Obviously, I thought, you know, Friday night I thought we won the majority of the battles and races to loose pucks and you know, the little things within the game, and I thought we were a little bit better team, and I thought they turned the tables on Saturday night a little bit and won some more of those puck battles, a few more than we did, and that was the way the weekend went.
Started Friday night. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Friday night's game, and as you mentioned, you feel that you had the upper hand on them maybe on Friday night. It started out, of course, a sellout crowd as always at Ralph Engelstad Arena. That seems to be a commonplace for sure. Everybody into the game, and you got off to a pretty good start.
Yeah, great atmosphere in the building, and we had to work for everything that we got, certainly, but that's a great goal by Derek Rodwell. You know, good cycle play, good puck to the net, and just, you know, tenacious rebound goal for us. Derek's making a bit of a name for himself scoring those types of goals.
Well, he's got Cy Young going so far. We've got to get him an A pretty soon.
Great, yeah, there's no question we want to get him one from outside of the paint, but we'll take the ones he's scoring right now.
Nice goal by Evan Trupp here. I thought he looked the goalie off to the other side, but he said not really.
So many good things happening there. Just the cycle play up top. Good net front presence by Jason Gregoire. And a good play by Evan Trupp to get it through the net.
And then you get the goal. Danny Christo actually, I think, trying to feed the other point, and they knock it away. And thank you very much to Matt Bratton.
Yeah, well, it's the right guy with the puck in the slot. You know, he just got it, snapped it to the net real quick, and it had eyes, and that was a big goal, obviously, of the game for us in the third period.
And obviously it got tight after that, and Corbin Knight iced it with the empty net goal. I think had he not been so tired, he made a look to Danny Christo to try to get that monkey off his back.
Well, I'm sure he might have, you know, under different circumstances, but we had already been down. We'd hit the post on the empty net. You just want to put the game away at that point in time, and his best opportunity was to put that at the empty net.
Good win considering 3 regulars out of your lineup too, so you'll take that one.
Yeah, we had some challenges lineup-wise, but we had other guys, as we said, Friday before the game. Guys step up, go in, and do a good job, and I thought our goaltending was good, and our 60-minute play was probably our most consistent of the week or of the season thus far.
You go to Saturday night, Aaron Dell's back in goal again. I told Scott Sandlin that. He said, well, he should be. He didn't get very tired last night. They only had 16 shots the previous night.
Well, he did a good job the night before. He didn't have a ton of work, but he had some real quality work. He made some great saves at key times, and he won the hockey game.
Interesting, they had a bounce for a goal, a fortuitous bounce, if you will, and you got a fortuitous bounce here for Brock Nelson getting his first collegiate goal.
Yeah, it was big for Brock to get his first, but you know, you put pucks to the net, you get people around the net, and good things happen.
And then Evan Trupp gets another one. He had kind of a breakout weekend for him, goal-scoring-wise.
Yeah, you know what? Evan had a great week of practice. He had a great week for us on the ice. One of the hidden things there is Derek Rodwell net front. Their goaltender did not see that puck coming through off the face-off.
Some physical play. Brad Malone with a big hit. Ben Blood took down Justin Fontaine. It was a little more physical, wasn't it, Saturday?
It was. Saturday definitely was. They had a few big hits early on. We had some good body. Some good body contact. It was a good, hard, physical series throughout.
And then it came to the overtime. You had your opportunities, and maybe pressing a little bit to get that game winner resulted in them actually getting the game winner.
Well, we got a little bit distracted. We made a mistake on a neutral zone scrum. Really, is what it is at their blue line. We didn't get ourselves into good, solid defensive position. And it ended up costing us a 2-on-1 goal that ended the hockey game.
A split in the series with Minnesota Duluth and a couple of hard-fought games at Ralph Engelstad Arena. Thanks, Coach. Later in the show, we'll look at the league standings and break down a couple of plays from this past weekend. And it's not easy coming out of a Gopher hotbed like Edina, Minnesota to play at North Dakota. What he may have lacked in skills, he more than made up for with heart and desire. Our featured story with Peter Armbrust is coming up next.
Fighting Sioux men's hockey team takes on Notre Dame in the Subway Holiday Classic, November 26th and 27th at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Get your tickets now.
We are North Dakota!
The play is under review.
Hey, take a look at this.
This online course is awesome.
Yeah, I gotta see that again.
With waterfowl hunting, you're trying to get the birds to come to you. You're picking the field, setting up the decoys, hiding in blinds. You're making the calls, trying to get their attention to make them come to you to get within range. That's where the real challenge lies, is bringing them to you. A rewarding experience would be a customer coming in, telling you their success story that you were able to help them out with. I'm Dave Aberly. I'm a waterfowl expert at Shields.
The University of North Dakota women's basketball team hosts the Catamounts of Vermont, November 15th at the Betty Engelstad Sioux Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Get your tickets today.
I am North Dakota.
The insurance puzzle. Each piece is specific to you and your business. Each part fits in its own way, with only one combination that works best. Every organization has its own individual insurance puzzle. The key is to find your very own solution. Voller Insurance can help. We've been tailoring insurance solutions since 1947, providing VIP service one business at a time. Let us help solve your insurance puzzle. Voller Insurance, Grand Forks, Fargo, Bismarck, Minneapolis, Sioux Falls.
There are only 2 UND college classes that have won more than one national championship. Today we introduce to you a 2-time champion who talks about the similarities and differences between 2 special teams.
On the move, Heron trying to leave it for Albie O'Connell. The play was checked by Peter Armbrust, the freshman.
The 2 championships, I can't even, differentiate between the 2, but the 2 were so special and unique just for their own reason.
The Fighting Sioux of North Dakota, who were on a mission all season long, are the 1997 NCAA hockey champions.
The first one was so great because it was so unexpected, and we were playing against, it was literally a David versus Goliath season. We were able to kind of work our way up from a period when we weren't supposed to do anything. My freshman year, we were, I think, ranked to finish 5th in WCHA, and we ended up winning a championship.
Well, what a great future this North Dakota club has. They'll lose just 1 senior up front.
I think when I first got here, it was always talked about that it was, my freshman year was a rebuilding year, and they talked about the successes of the teams in the past with the Hercus Circus, and I grew up a Minneapolis guy, but I certainly found out about that really quickly. 2000, the team we won with, it was kind of up in the air. No one really knew who was going to step up, and what cream was going to rise to the top, and it just happened to be us. And I think that was it's just the guys we had, and the way we got along, and the way we were coached, and how hard we worked. I mean, we worked really hard to get what we earned. We had big guys with long reach. We had character guys that were out there blocking shots, hitting guys. We had guys like the Panzers and the Gorns that were putting pucks in the net, and everything all together. Every one of those guys, we played a speed game, and I think that intimidated a lot of other teams, and that was very advantageous to us. We could just jump on teams, and that was always the Blazer motto. Get after it. If you get caught, you better get back and back check.
The party's going to last all night in Grand Forks, North Dakota.
It was such a blur. It was just a collection of many different things in the team we had, and the great guys we had. I mean, one of the special things about that championship team was, we were the guys that always hung out together on weekends, every weeknight. So, when you're battling with the guy that's sitting next to you on the bench or out there on the ice with you and backing each other up, it just makes it that much more special.
We did her, boys! We did her!
Although he scored only 1 goal in his senior season, Peter wanted you to know that it went off his rear end and into the net. This early in the year, it's very hard to pick a front runner in the WCHA, really in all of college hockey all over the country. For UND, a lot of chances with nothing to show for it on Saturday. That and the anatomy of an opponent's goal coming up.
I am North Dakota. We are North Dakota. We are North Dakota.
Fighting Sioux basketball season tickets are on sale now. Call 877-91-SIOUX. Great tickets are still available for many of the exciting University of North Dakota Fighting Sioux home hockey games at the Rel. Support your team and get your tickets now.
We are North Dakota.
It's a place to diddly pop shop, put shopping into overdrive. A great place to wine and dine, make a taste for jump and dive. Yeah, it's great for a great destination.
Fighting Sioux men's hockey team takes on Notre Dame in the Subway Holiday Classic, November 26th and 27th at the Ralph Engelstad Arena. Get your tickets now.
We are North Dakota!
Dreams are forged. Character is tested. Teams are united. Champions win here. Watch the crowning of a new NCAA Men's Frozen 4 champion April 7th and 9th on ESPN and ESPN2 in high definition. For information, visit ncaa.com/Frozen4.
Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy with head coach Dave Hakstol. Coach, if you look at the WCHA standings, you talk at this time of the year, look at that loss column in there, but I'm talking about all over the country this past weekend in particular. Number one, Miami gets beat. Boston College, everybody thought was unbeatable. They lose again. Notre Dame was part of the losing picture. There's nobody emerging as odds-on favorite, if you will, at this point.
There's so much parity throughout college hockey, but even amongst what I would consider to be the top 10, 15 teams, I think there's a ton of parity, and that's showing right now. And we've got to concentrate right now with the next 2 weekends on our WCHA standings. That's why you look back to Saturday night, that was a real tough point for us to lose in overtime. You have to try to grind out points whenever you have the opportunity to do that.
Let's make a couple of points about the weekend with Minnesota Duluth. First, on Friday night, the Bulldogs actually took the jump on you with an early goal in this one. And what happened on this one?
Well, we're giving up goals in and around our net front a little bit too easily early in the year. And we gave up 3 on the weekend, of this nature where, we just get caught without having great awareness at our net front, crazy plays happen and we're caught out of position.
And that's just an awareness thing?
It is. It's taking care of our net front first. As a defenseman, you have to take care of that area. You have to know who's around you in case, that last goal that we saw, it was a tip and a bit of a rebound in front of the net. We've got to be in position to take care of that play. Then
we get Saturday night, and you had a lot of chances, particularly in the third period. Brad Malone hits the goalpost, trying short side, a wraparound attempt there, just rolls off the stick. You had your chances.
Yeah, offensively, the first 10 minutes of the hockey game Saturday were pretty good. We created 4 or 5 great scoring chances, and the last 10 minutes of the hockey game were also very good. We just couldn't get one to go in either of those segments, and obviously either time would have drastically changed the outcome.
We watched Brad Malone shoot the one into we call it a logo killer, I guess, in the business, but a lot of that has to do with the goaltender as well. If he comes out and if he sets himself up, it really makes it for a tough play for your shooter.
Well,
as well,
it's a quick speed play. I mean, you have to take that pass and release it. You saw him get that pass in traffic from Matt Fradd. You've got to get it and release it real quick. You want to try to, you want to first and foremost get it on net. You hope to score on the shot, but also you got to get it on net quickly and have people drive in there for rebounds.
Let's go back to the overtime winner. We won't see it again, but we've already seen it maybe enough times. Sometimes you can get caught up trying to score a goal pressing, and it results the other way.
Well, we pressed the envelope coming up ice. We had a great drive and shoot, a great rebound opportunity, and then really their play coming back was a pretty slow play. We got caught on a neutral zone scrum where we didn't get ourselves positionally in the right spots. That gave up a slow 2-on-1 to 2 pretty good skilled players.
Obviously, very good skilled players from Minnesota Duluth. Thanks, Coach. He's returning to his home state this weekend after a horrific injury 2 years ago. Not many thought he'd be going back there to play hockey. We'll talk to Derek LaPoint in our player profile. We'll get to that, but first a look back in our Fighting Sioux history. After receiving the Hobie Baker Award, Ryan Duncan said, "I'm not even the best player on my line." That was in St. Louis, but where is he now? We'll have the answer and more when we come back.
The University of North Dakota is a place where students thrive, where they learn from leading experts, share in discoveries, and create knowledge. Experience our expertise. Creative, innovative, entrepreneurial, spirited. This is the University of North Dakota.
Sioux basketball season tickets are on sale now. Call 877-91-SIOUX.
As summer is left behind, fall brings new adventures. Make them better with a vehicle from Dahlstrom Motors. Whatever adventures come your way, Dahlstrom can make the difference in making your life a smooth ride.
The real thrill of hunting is the fall season. The thing I enjoy most is watching the dogs work and seeing their enthusiasm. It's a great experience to get a chance to watch the birds flush, get a good shot, getting a good retrieve, a good point, a dog that backs. It gives me a lot of satisfaction to see a nice shotgun go to somebody that truly appreciates the aesthetics of fine rifles or shotguns. I'm Jack Pruitt, and I'm a pheasant hunting expert at Shields.
The answer to our "Where Are They Now" question, along with Tony Herkus, Duncan is the only other Sioux player to receive the Hobie Baker Award. Derek LaPoint bucked the trend and left his home state of Wisconsin to wear a Sioux sweater, and it's worked out well for him and UND. Welcome back. We're with North Dakota senior defenseman Derek LaPoint from Eau Claire, Wisconsin. Derek, Eau Claire, Wisconsin just doesn't seem like the name that rolls off your tongue when you talk about the homes of hockey players, huh?
No, it really hasn't, and over the last few years, it's really kind of been more of a hockey town. Jake Dow, who played for the Badgers a few years back, he's actually in Chicago's organization right now. He was kind of the forward guy over there, and the last probably about 10, 15 years, it's been really good hockey over there, so it's been fun.
You're closer to Minneapolis than you are to Madison, so you might have been a Gopher fan.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that. We were close there, so the games I did go to were the Gophers, but I always went to the Final Fives, and Sioux was the best for me.
Were you a hockey-only guy when you were young?
No, I played golf, played baseball, played a lot of sports, so did them all. But when it all came down to, and I got to high school, it was golf and hockey.
Golf handicap 0 somewhere in there?
I'd say about like 5 or so. I mean, I play all right, but nothing special.
Do you play a lot now?
I do play a lot. I have a girlfriend who plays on the golf team here, so she gets me out and kicks my butt a little bit.
Can you beat Brent Davidson?
He's pretty good. We've had some duels, but I think he's probably got the upper hand on me.
Talk about your upbringing as a hockey player and how you decided that maybe this is the best route for you.
Yeah, well, you know what? I never saw myself as a person that was going to be a standout hockey player by any means. I grew up just kind of an average guy, and just really worked hard throughout the youth hockey areas, and just battled through basically everything. And by the time I got to about Pee-wees and Bantams, I started kind of getting a little bit more of an edge and starting to skate better, and kind of started all over when I got to high school. I grew 6 inches in one summer, and fell into kind of an awkward stage. So by my junior year of high school, that's when I really started feeling comfortable again, and thought hockey could be something I could do.
Then you decided to go in the junior route, obviously. How'd that go?
It was great. Green Bay was really special for me. I was obviously able to play in my home state, which, not many guys have a chance to do that. So I played right in Green Bay, had a great housing family that made it really special too, and had some success, so it was fun.
You have a brother at Wisconsin. Something not right about that, is there?
Well, he was here, so we got to give him that. But no, a career option came up, and Wisconsin's a good fit for him, and he's having a fun time down there.
Enjoyed your time at North Dakota?
I did. It's been unbelievable. I couldn't have picked a better spot to play hockey, and obviously with school and the atmosphere here for hockey is phenomenal. Nowhere better in the country.
PGA Tour, NHL, what's it going to be?
Well, hopefully the NHL, but maybe senior PGA Tour if the hockey career doesn't work out. But no, it's definitely going to be hockey if I can do it.
Derek, thanks for being with us. Appreciate it, and good luck.
Thanks, Tim.
Derek LaPoint, he's got a great game on the golf course, and he wonders why Coach Hakstol makes fun of his mustache. This is one of the better ones. He'll be reunited with his brother Nate this weekend. He's the equipment manager for the Badger hockey team. Speaking of the Badgers, Coach Hakstol will give us his take on this weekend series. That's coming up next.
Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey is sponsored by Verizon, the University of North Dakota, Shields, Grand Forks Convention and Visitors Bureau, Voller Insurance, and Dahlstrom Motors.
Come on, come on, come on.
That is a great online course.
The University of North Dakota women's basketball team hosts the Catamounts of Vermont, November 15th at the Betty Ingolstadt Sioux Center. Tip-off is set for 7 p.m. Get your tickets today.
I am North Dakota.
Welcome back to Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. I'm Tim Hennessy with head coach Dave Hakstol. We're going to look ahead at the Wisconsin series. Dave, next step, a team that lost a lot of good hockey players off that team, but still have a lot of good hockey players, right?
Yeah, they're still more veteran than you would think. They've had a couple of their junior and sophomore defensemen really step up. Number 6 and number 19 for them back on the blue line. You're going to see a lot of this weekend. They log a lot of minutes and do a real good job. Up front, they've got some good veterans that forecheck very hard and are very strong in terms of the way they play the game. They've got Mark Zengerle as a freshman who's off to a great start. So they're a good hockey team and they're off to a real good start.
And they can be frustrating the way they play, the style of play, be frustrating for the opposition, can't they?
Well, they're a consistent team in the way they play. They stay to their systems, but that doesn't make them a team that sits back. They're an aggressive team within their systems. As I said, I think they're one of the best forechecking teams that we've played thus far this year.
Wisconsin and North Dakota, a battle as always in Madison this weekend at the Kohl Center. We want to thank you for watching Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey. Next week, we'll look back at the Badger series and we'll also become more familiar with a Sioux hockey legend whose scoring records will probably stand forever. That and much more on our next show. On behalf of Coach Hakstol and the Sioux hockey team, we thank all our fans for watching. We'll see you next week on Inside Fighting Sioux Hockey.